Hi, folk. This is going to look weird because of some color issues I had, and I don't have time to redo a whole video again. So I'm sorry. I hope it doesn't distract. I hope the words help. I hope it helps just one person, even though the color is weird. All right. I was gonna make this a video, or I began this on another video, but then I decided, nah, let's leave that one on its own. I've got a tip here. This is on behalf of four people like Alexander's daddy. Alexander's daddy got in touch with me in March after seeing a post of mine in an autism group on Facebook, and I passed on my number, and we're in touch, and he sees my posts, and so this is for people like him. One of the messages he said was he wants to know how to get his 6-year-old son, Alexander, to be friends with people, make friends with, play with other children, to use the potty, to do this, to do that. You know how the dream is for my child to be normal. Unfortunately for those dreams, autistics will never be normal. If they were autistic, if they truly are autistic, they're autistic for life. There are times when they're misdiagnosed as autistic, but they're really just mute or they're late developers. I mean, I saw something about he was nonverbal until he was 3 and now he's whatever. Look, really, nonverbal until he was 3 is nothing. No offense, but there are many people who didn't talk until they were 3 and then they just were talking. Hello? It's not a big deal. It's not a big, what's the word? A big sign of progress, a big privilege. It's not a big deal that they could not talk when they were not 3 years old, and then now they can and can study and get a degree, because there are many neurotypical children who also didn't talk until much later, and then they also got degrees. That's what I mean. That's my point. So what I hate is people, okay, I don't hate it, but I don't like it when people who hear, oh, your child is autistic, let me send you a video, and I've said it before, toxic positivity, when you think you're helping, but you're actually not, because you are basically you're prophesying, but you don't know the future. So you're lying. The people say it will be okay, it will be fine, she will be fine, she will do well, she will stop struggling with maths. Hello? Guess what? She was later diagnosed with a learning disorder. She will never be able to do maths the way you said she would. Surprise, surprise. That kind of thing. That is toxic positivity. So when they send me videos of people who didn't talk until they were 10 and now they've got PhDs, I know what they mean, but that's not how autism will work for everyone. And it's not, or generally, it's not even the kind of autism my child even has. That person's child, their symptoms don't even match the symptoms my child has. So already it's just off anyway. Secondly, I never asked people to give me positive videos. And it's because I don't need them. Secondly, my life, the hard stuff is now. The hard stuff is now. The lack of sleep is now. Telling me that when the child is 20, they'll be able to go to university doesn't change the lack of sleep now, doesn't make the lack of speech any easier now. It doesn't help me when I cannot figure out what's wrong with my child, and then eventually they end up admitted in hospital. It doesn't help at all. Secondly, I know the opposite as well. And that's what I used for Alexander's dad. When we were talking, and I just was like, oh, red flag, red flag. It's typical, it's normal. You want your child to thrive, but it's dangerous to set high goals, because we will all be disappointed when they don't reach them, because not all autistics will reach those goals. So I mentioned Sylvester Stallone's child, and he got the point. Immediately he's like, wow, if even he, with all the resources, much more than we could ever have, his son could never progress above where our children are now, then that's the dose of reality we need. Come in. You can close the door though.
Okay. You can come in.
That's the dose of reality we need, that it can go either way. And our hope is to help them thrive and reach their own potential. Yes.
I wanted to say Thank you for making Nilo born and Rio.
Thank you for making Nilo and Rio born.
I love Nilo and Rio a lot.
Because you love them a lot. Yo, you didn't take a warm top?
Did you already have 2 more bears?
Oh, it was for a drive. Phew. For a second, I thought you'd gone to the park. No, I'm glad you didn't go. I'm glad that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. She likes her pink outfit.
Yeah.
Thank you. I mean, you were grateful they were born. And I made you grateful I made them be born.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
No, you don't have permission stuff.
I don't know. You can take it. Tell Uncle you don't tell him anything. He can be out there with Rio for now. You guys must brush your teeth and ask him to give him the toothbrush for her.
Okay, I'm just going to say Nini for now.
I don't know about that. But yes, do the brushing. Is it brushing teeth and wiping faces? Oh. Okay, so please pass on Rati's one. My twins are a curse. Anyway, that will make sense if you watch the other video that I will post. So now I've lost my train of thought. He got it. Our children are unique. In the same way, not all typical people get PhDs. There is no way we can assume that our children will progress far. What we do want is for them to be happy and to be given the opportunity to try and expand their world. But more importantly, they need to do it in a comfortable manner. It needs to be kind, not abusive. So I mentioned the ABA horror, and he can go and find all the adults who went through ABA, and yeah. And unfortunately, that's the bigger aspect. That's the bigger focus in South Africa. It's ABA. They don't mention, of course, the children who don't thrive even when they've done ABA. There's that aspect too. No one's going to say, hey, no one appears in the news because their child tried a therapy and it didn't work. Obviously, it won't. So we get a deluge of they did ABA and now they can talk. And as I've always said, but what if they were going to talk anyway? Like all the other children who didn't do ABA but did talk. You don't really know. But what you can do is give as positive an environment as possible for their growth. So here is a tip that I did mention, and I shared it about how Bowie. I wanted something low stimulation, slow speech, a few words for my non-speaking angel. Sorry. So I chose Bowie as one of them. It's a puppet, it's a bear puppet, and then a lady's voice who teaches him. And I downloaded those. It's been like 3 years, 4 years of Bowie. I downloaded those videos, I downloaded others. I chose a core set of videos that I downloaded for them that they can rewatch and learn from. So it was colors, numbers, vehicles, because my girl loves vehicles. When you can see what your child's tastes are and interests, use them as an entering wedge. If he's into cars, then use cars. Like get cars with numbers on them, or paint numbers, or write with a Cokie or marker on the car, number 1. And you can say number 1 car, things like that. So she liked cars, so we get Blippy with his motors vehicles. I give her Bricky Brick with motor vehicles and ships. For saying that, I was saying ships and all. Yeah, Bowie. And then we have Bowie. Bowie moved from YouTube onto Patreon, however you pronounce it. And it sticks. It sticks. I use short phrases and she learns it. People were surprised this week that she said bees. Okay, here's how it goes. Yesterday, she said bees. Everyone was like, okay. Like she says turtle sometimes. Okay, she used to say turtle. She used to say dinosaur. She used to say dolphin. So yeah, like that. So she said bees. So people, the family just thought she said bees. But I knew. You see, I knew. Because no matter how much your child does not respond, please keep saying, label everything. One word to begin with, just one word. Bees. So it was, she would point, she pulls my hand to the cupboard, points, like pulls my hand and then makes me open the cupboard, and then she'd like lift up my hand so that I can take what she wants. And she's been wanting baked beans. But her pronunciation and her enunciation are probably hindered because she probably has auditory processing disorder, and quite a lot of autistics have auditory processing disorder. So they need our speech to be very clear, very slow. That's why I was saying one word at a time. This is a video specifically for people in my shoes, people in the shoes of Alexander's daddy. One word. Don't get tired, even if they never respond, don't even look, just name it. They want that? Oh, here's your cookie. Keep naming it and try and use the same word as what they see on their video. So we say cookie even though it's biscuits in South Africa. I grew up saying biscuits, but for their sake, cookie. Then it's everywhere. Yeah. So yesterday, she said bees. I knew what she was saying, beans. So I went, opened up the cupboard, and gave her no, I'm lying. I bought a small can of baked beans because she wants to eat the whole thing. She wants it all emptied into a bowl. She actually cries and screams at me when she thinks I've left a few beans in the can, which I haven't. So I thought, why am I opening up a big can of beans? Let's get a smaller can. So I got the small can of beans, put it in a bowl, and her father says, he's like, I didn't know she knew the word beans. I did because I talk to her. Just because they're silent doesn't mean they're not listening. So that was my other positive on that note. Talk, say the word. And then when you've said it over a number of months and years, add another one. So when I say car, now I say red car. Red. Just try. I promise you, you will not lose anything. The child will always gain from that kind of input. It's not aggressive. They don't feel pressured, but they're learning. Then the Bowie. This morning, Micaiah comes in from the car where she had taken him, had given him his food to eat there with her. She had dragged him to the car. And he said, Mom, I've got good news. I can't believe how bad winter is on my bones. When was the last time you saw me in this much agony? And you've never seen Sjogren's this obviously either. So he says, Mom, I've got good news. I said, okay, what is it, Mickey? He's holding his bowl of food, which he had taken to the car. So he says, I was in the car with Rio, and I put the food somewhere in the car, between the passengers, the front seat. You've got that place where he said you put your arm. Yes, so he put his food there where you put your arm. And she then took the food and said, here you go, Bowie, and gave him the food. One, she actually gave him his food. She saw him. She saw his food. This is something she doesn't do. It's not normal for her to link someone with something and think this belongs to you. She doesn't do that until now. She gave him his food and she used what she'd heard from the video in the right context. And that is what is so important. You will hear them just saying, here you go, Bowie, randomly, like she did. But it's sticking in her head and she's getting the context. She sees, okay, she gives the bear a puppet, or a car, rather, not a puppet, because it is a puppet. She gives him, or it's a doll, teddy bear, stuffed bear. She gives him something and she says, here you go, Bowie. So she gets it. Here you go, Bowie means there you go. And she did it. She said it. And then she gently pushed him out the back seat and closed the door, saying at the same time, goodbye, Bowie. Bye-bye, Bowie. She is communicating through learning a context and an idea and a word at the same time. And your child might also be a Gestalt learner like that. So that's what I mean, that please find a core set of videos that they are interested in. They won't be interested every single day. There might be months where they won't watch it. They will seem like they're not paying attention. But keep that video on your computer, on your phone, wherever it is. I mean, my child's biological sister, she plays Miss Rachel on her telephone for her little girl, her little son, and her little sister, babies. And yeah, so whatever it is, the children will learn more than what you can also teach them, because you can't act all those things out. So yes, that is my little tip. Please keep on persisting. Don't give up. Don't quit. Keep at it. Keep it going. Don't change the video every time. Keep those 5, 10 videos and let them re-watch. It might make a difference. And even if it doesn't, it will never harm them. Bye. But before you leave, after you celebrated that lovely win of my daughter using scripts for other things, look at this. This is my morning, as my custom was, a glimpse of my life. This was in the morning. Dad had already gone off running, so Big Brother heard his little sister coming out the room. He went to go check if she's needing a diaper change, and as you can see, she clearly needed a diaper change, and he hoped she would sleep again, go back to sleep. But that was not to be. Her twin sister, hearing all the commotion and needing the toilet anyway, took her beloved flashlight and joined in. Things were going to get even more exciting for me this morning. It's those little pleasures that people take for granted. The ability to go and exercise. I can't do that because if I go, then there's no parent. I cannot exercise in the morning, which was always when I could exercise. That was my time. In the evenings, my body's just too sore. Mornings are the best time to exercise, but I cannot. My dear son, who at least changed your diaper, was off to campus. And then it was going to be mom and the 4 little calves. Oh, what did the day herald? The morning began in earnest as we see this brave mother medicating her child, making sure that she'll be able to face the day ahead with all its trials and tribulations, all the sensory assaults that she would suffer. Look at this brave African mother. What a fine specimen as her daughter runs off to go play with her socks, wearing only socks outside on the wet grass. The father of the children returns back from his endorphin-raising, relaxing run. How much pity and sympathy will he have for his suffering baby mama? The mother of his children has dished out his breakfast. He arrives. Time for him to make up his post-run drink. Time to refresh. In the background, the hard-working African woman decides who next she will need to medicate. Should she perhaps medicate her very talkative twin? She decided she will medicate her talkative twin. Get it out the way. But on a serious note, guys, this is, I don't know, not soul destroying, but it's so sad that you can't get a chance to just read your Bible, read your spirit of prophecy, whatever you're reading and studying. Get a chance to finish reading, get a chance to breathe, get a chance to exercise. Being the mother or primary caregiver of special needs children is hard. And at night, same thing. One comes in and invades. Another one comes, I can't sleep. You can't exercise in those situations, can you? And it means you lose 2 more avenues of relaxation and rest and recreation and a chance to connect with God because you're too busy. Interrupted. When you try, I'm saying this because what's his name? Alexander's daddy was saying he thought I had a meeting with someone who was a pastor this week, and he was asking why I don't have full-time help. I need it, but I'm not the only one who needs it. So many people need it. And when he said full-time, he meant live in. People, this is a body that is broken, but it has to work before the day even begins. Mentally, people's work days maybe starts at 8, but that doesn't happen here. You start whenever they wake up, and it goes and goes until the last one sleeps. And when they've got ADHD and autism, that last sleep takes a very, very long time. That final sleep of the day, when you can finally relax. But now you're in pain, so you can't exercise. I miss exercising. That's my whole point. I miss it. I hate that by the time I've got time, I'm in a lot of pain, and it's late at night. Please, please, please appreciate that you have the chance, if you do, and the safety to exercise. I mention safety because your body might be fine, but if the situation, the area you live in, is not safe, you still won't go out and exercise. I feel for all of you, all of us. This point, she had refused. She hadn't wanted me to dress her, so I picked my battles. Well, I picked when I'd fight it. I got some of her dressed, and then I allowed her to do what she wanted for a while. And then I came back to try and get her pajama bottoms off and give her her daytime leggings, take her wet, dirty socks off that she'd used outside on the sandy grass, and get something nice and warm on her. It hurts. Those knees, it hurts. That pelvis hurts. That back hurts. Invisible diseases stink. If my rheumatologist could see this, oh boy, I screamed when she just put all her weight on top of me. She would not be impressed. My rheumatologist would be angry. It's bad enough already putting pressure on my joints, bending and stuff, but now to have all her weight leaning on my shoulders and back, it was crazy. My child is nuts. My dear children found out, I think it's through occupational therapy, that it's going to be Mother's Day soon. They asked me when exactly is it going to be, because they had thought that it had passed. It was something they mentioned to the OT, and the OT said, no, it's coming soon. So I asked, when exactly will it be? I told them, and they said, well, my girl, Amarissa, said she cannot wait to give me my first ever Mother's Day. She's been going on and on. Now, I know we all know that Mother's Day is coming, but you're meant to keep it a surprise, right? You know, that's how it works, but not for her. Not for her. I'm going to write you a card, but you'll see the card on Mother's Day. I'm writing you a gift, but you'll see it in a few days' time. That kind of thing. It's too cute. And then I found this, which she'd already made days ago. And it was just lying there. I don't know if it's going to be part of my gift, if she still even has it, because it was lying around, or not. But it was just the thought that they want to do something nice. I mean, that thought included asking their aide if he can drive them to go and buy clothing for me. And I told him, my poor children, no one has ever taught them how to celebrate Mother's Day. Their father doesn't believe in all these days, he doesn't care about them. He pays them no mind. Mother's Day, Father's Day, like Valentine's Day, like they're nothing to him. So no one has ever taught them what kind of gifts people get on Mother's Day. So yeah, I'm not surprised they wanted to go and buy clothing. I mean, when I give them things, it's clothing. They love the clothing. So obviously, mommy will also would love to get some clothing. It was cute. It's sweet. I'm thankful for all the sweet madness that happens in my family. I hope you all have a good evening, good day, whatever it will be when you watch this. I wish all of us autism parents the best. This is a very hard, difficult journey with no support. May we be strengthened. Take care.